I've been in the sports card flipping game full time for nearly 2 years, so let's run through some of my best sports card flips in that period. What's going on, guys? Matt here, back again with another video. Before I start, comment below your best sports card flips. I would absolutely love to read some of yours. Now, this video isn't meant to be braggy, so I apologize if I do come out that way, but I always try to be as transparent as I can, highlighting my losses. So it'll be fun today to highlight some of the wins. Taking this idea from one of Sports Card Nonsense's recent podcasts in which they detailed their best flips, and I'll speak about my thought process with obtaining each card, any fees involved, and final sales price. Another thing to note is that a lot of these flips aren't 100% skill, and there is an element of luck and timing with these sorts of things. I won't list all of my best flips, but just some that I can explain the story with and use as an example for tips I've previously given. These will be ranked in terms of ROI, and again we'll be highlighting how you can find cheap cards and turn them into money. First up, we have a lot of 10 James Harden Panini rookies. I sort of remember at the time that I got this lot underpriced, but I was worried about condition with each card being in a lot. Lots are known for being an easy way to sell ungrade worthy cards, so I wasn't really expecting much. I've released some content on this in the past, which I will link in the description below, but definitely look at lots on eBay and Facebook when trying to find a bargain, because people aren't willing to put in the work and calculate how much the lot goes for altogether. Buying lots also saves money in terms of shipping. So total cost of this lot was $103, and I got this lot in October last year. Checked each card in the lot for condition and sent the 6 that I thought were great off to PSA for grading and sold the other 4 for $50 each, around the time that Harden was receiving a bit of hype. The PSA grades came back and we had 3 PSA 9s and 3 PSA 10s. And to summarize this one up, and I have to be transparent here by saying I'm still holding 2 of each grade at the moment, but the total cost of the cards including grading was $343. Now I sold 4 raw at $50 each, totaling $200. PSA 9s go for $170 each, adding up to $510, and the PSA 10s go for $500 each, totaling $1,500. So all up, an estimated profit of $1,867 with an ROI of 544%. Next up, this beautiful Joel Embiid select rookie card number to 249, graded at BGS Pristine 10. As I said at the start, an element of good luck does come into play, and this is a perfect example of stumbling into a Facebook sale that is under comps. Initial purchase price of this card was $180 in June of last year, and it was actually the going price around then, which is crazy when you do look back at it. Now, there were periods where comps reached $400, and I thought about selling to stay liquid, which I've mentioned previously is very important just to ensure that you're able to buy more cards. I think we were all waiting for Embiid to capitalize on that MVP potential, and he showed that last season by averaging 30 points and 11 rebounds before the All-Star break. Now, my diamond hands prevailed, and I was able to get a sale on eBay for around $1,300, and taking out fees was a final sales price of $1,167. This was a total profit of $987 with an ROI of 548%. I've had a fair few stories of selling too early or selling too late, which you shouldn't worry about too much because it's impossible to time the market at its height. But this is a perfect example of where it worked out, and unfortunately for Embiid, he presents such a high injury risk that I wouldn't want to be holding him long term. Moving on to my most recent nice flip, and that's Sadiq Bey's 2020-21 Prism Choice card numbered to just 8. Now, I actually fell into this Facebook sale the day I found out I'd have to isolate for 14 days because of a close exposure with coronavirus, but this is a nice way to console myself. So I ended up finding the card raw for $84, and it wasn't like it was a fire sale or anything like that. It was actually up for sale untouched for a few minutes before I stumbled into it. This is a thing that you should all learn about, and that's to learn each variation. Now, I'm not saying you should spend 30 minutes each day studying or become perfect, but just to get more familiar with cards and the different colors and variations with each set. For me, I learned just by watching heaps of YouTubers rip boxes and seeing variations through cards, and there's no right or wrong way, to be honest. This is the quickest flip for me because as soon as I got it, I listed it on eBay for $2,000, got an offer for $1,300, and without fees totaled around $1,100. The total profit for this one is $1,016 with an ROI of 1,210%. Reason for me selling that early is the hype is still high in the 2020 NBA draft class, so I wanted to maximize the value I got out of the sale. I've sort of hedged my bet in case Sadiq becomes a nice player, so I've purchased a few numbered selects just to cover me in case. And now my biggest flip in terms of ROI, and it is a Jamal Murray courtside silver select card. When we had the suspension of the NBA season last year, I was targeting Jamal Murray a ton, and I was able to pick up this super short printed card for $16. There was a fair ton of hype with Bol Bol, and I thought it was a little bit unwarranted compared to Jamal, so I bought a fair few of his cards. Again, understanding the short printed of some variations, the silver courtside is extremely short printed, and it was actually around the comp price, so it wasn't like I snagged it underpriced. I ended up sending it into grading, and we all saw playoff Jamal Murray where he averaged 32 points against the Jazz, which caused a massive shift in his card prices. Fortunately, got the card back as a PSA 10 and listed it on eBay as a high price, and I ended up getting an offer for $1,500, which equates to $1,206 without fees, leading to a total profit of $1,150. The ridiculous ROI of this flip was 2,053%, and funnily enough, I actually was quite worried about getting scammed, but in searching the person on Facebook, I found that he was a professional NHL player, which eased my anxiety. So I think there's a couple of key points in this example which you can learn from. Firstly, look where the attention is, and during this period, Jamal was injured and hype was all over MPJ and Bol, so I was able to get some value. Secondly, me selling this card shows the importance of staying liquid, as well as the luck I did receive, because within 2 months of selling the card, Jamal unfortunately tore his ACL and the card has not plummeted, but it just shows the risk with holding some cards long term. So those are 4 of my best flips so far with sports cards, with hopefully a few more to come. I hope you've all learned a bit from this video, and anything I've mentioned that I've spoken about before will be linked in the description below. Stay tuned for Sunday's video, as I'll be reviewing picks 11 through 20 from the 2019 NBA draft class. And make sure you comment below your best sports card flips, and as always, I will see you all in future videos. Take care.